Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste.
Welcome everyone. This Saturday online study classes in English by Swamiji started with Pradasmarana Shloka written by Sri Shankara Bhagavad Pada. Swamiji completed that last week and he explained it very elaborately. Thank you, Swamiji. Swamiji has been kind enough to take Gayatri Mandram for us, and we are very happy to note that we are starting this study of Gayatri Mantra on this auspicious month, the Ramayana Masam. And we started a Gayatri Mantra WhatsApp class also in English to study, first to aiming to study Gayatri Mantra, but later we started studying all the mantras. And all the books Swamiji has written on mantras like Gayatri Mantra, Rannando Vishwamaryam, and the Suktas, Pranavam, Shanti Mantra, all the Bangalore Satsang group has translated it into English for the benefit of others who don't know Malayalam. And this Gayatri Mantra, which we have translated, is from Swamiji's Yajna Prasadam book, and two famous mantra, namely, and the other mantra is Rannando Vishwamaryam. And now we are really blessed that we got a very rare opportunity to hear the Gayatri Mantra from Swamiji itself directly. So I just request everyone to make use of this very rare opportunity. And please inform others also. I request Jyoti Menon to chant the mantra and chant one of the Dhyana Shloka, which is mentioned in Swamiji's book. Namaste.
Thank you, Amma. Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste.
Namaste, one and all. So as Amma mentioned, let us start with a Dhyana Shloka. Dhyeyah sada savitu mandala madhyavarti Narayana sarasijasana sannivishtaha Keyuravan magara kundalavan kiridi Hari hiranmayavabhu dhrida shanka chakraha Bhuvasuvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat.
Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. So in this study class, we have discussed Pratasmarana Stotram of Bhagavan Bhashyakara. many doubts may be remaining in that Pratasmarana and its explanation. So if anybody have anything to ask, without hesitation, they can ask. And in the question answer session, we can discuss more about Pratasmarana Stotram if something is remaining there. Today, we are going to start a discussion on Gayatri Mantra. Here also, like a bird's eye view, we can observe Gayatri, but that discussion will not be exhaustive. And only when question answer session comes, then only it will become exhaustive and full. So make it a point to ask without any hesitation if anything is remaining in this discussion. So without much introduction, we can directly go into the topic. Gayatri is basically a chandas having 24 syllables. That is 8 syllables each in 3 lines. That constitutes Gayatri Mantra. And in the Veda Samhitas, especially Rigveda Samhita, there are many mantras in the Gayatri Chanda. Many mantras are there. So basically, Gayatri is a chandas. And as it is easy to chant and memorize, and many mantras are written or revealed in this Gayatri, this is considered as one of the most important chandas in the Vedas. So Bhagavan, in the Bhagavad Gita, he says, Gayatri Chandasamaham. I am the Gayatri Chandas. So it's the greatest chanda. And there are many hundreds and hundreds of mantras in that chandas. But when we speak of Gayatri, we will remember or we will consider Savitu Gayatri mantra. Or that will come to our mind whenever we hear the name Gayatri mantra. That is the mantra beginning with Tat Savitur Varenyam. whenever we speak of Gayatri, that will come. And when we talk about Gayatri in the world, everybody who is speaking or who is hearing, all will remember this Gayatri mantra, because that much famous it is. And in our daily practices, rituals, pujas, and Sandhya Vandanas, Gayatri is the main mantra we are chanting. And it is said, Na Gayatriyaha Paraha Mantraha. There is no a mantra superior than Gayatri or to Gayatri. It is the highest mantra. So, na Gayatriyaha Paro Mantraha. It's a well accepted saying. So, Gayatri is considered as the highest mantra in the whole Vedic literature. And Gayatri is considered as the essence of Veda. So we can enter into the study of Gayatri little by little. But before entering this mantra, we must have a clear picture within that there are so many other Gayatri mantras. This is not the only Gayatri mantra. There are two opinions. One, each and every mantra written or revealed in Gayatri Chandas is a Gayatri mantra. So there will be hundreds and hundreds. And another opinion is, yes, that is true, but when we say Gayatri mantra, there are a set of mantras which are termed Gayatri by Acharyas. That is not because they are revealed in Gayatri Chandas, but because they have a common nature, that is praying for a purified intellect, praying for a clear vision. And those Gayatri mantras are utilized in the process of dhyana. So there are so many Gayatri mantras. Ganesha Gayatri, Rudra Gayatri, Narasimha Gayatri, Vishnu Gayatri, Durga Gayatri, Hamsa Gayatri. So many mantras. And all these Gayatris are praying one thing, Prachodayat. This is the common prayer of all Gayatris. Prachodayat. Let our intellect be purified. Let us all have a clear vision within. Like that. There are so many mantras. But even then, as we have discussed earlier, when we speak about Gayatri, this Savitu Gayatri will come first. So we can discuss that mantra. Gayatri begins with Tat Savitur Varenyam and ends with Prachodayat. But when we make use of it in our upasanas and Sandhya Vandanas, it is said by Yogi Yajnavalkya that Panchavasana Gayatri. But as we know, Gayatri is having 3 lines. Tat Savitur Varenyam, that is the first. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, and finally Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. These are the 3 lines. And when we take Gayatri as it is, there are only 3 ends. But Yogi Yajnavalkya says Panchavasana Gayatri. There are 5 ends. How it is? It is because we are chanting, or we are making use of Gayatri in our upasanas with Pranava and Vyakritis. Pranava, Om, and Vyakritis, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. So there are 5 ends. First is Om, then second is Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. Third, Tat Savitur Varenyam. Fourth, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. And fifth, Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. This is the way we have to chant. And Gayatri is a mantra which was revealed to Vishwamitra. So Vishwamitra is the Rishi. Who this Vishwamitra was, we do not know. Because in our Vedic literature, there are so many Vishwamitras. There are so many Vishwamitras. Most famous being the guru of Sri Rama and Lakshmana, who gave almost all weapons described in the Dhanurveda to Sri Rama, and who was instrumental in the whole story of all episodes of Ramayana, because it was Vishwamitra who took Sri Rama to the forest, gave the intricate teachings of Dharma. Vishwamitra took Sri Rama to Sita, and thereby the whole series of Ramayana, it happened. It's the most famous Vishwamitra. But even before him, there was Gayatri mantra. Because when Sri Rama and Lakshmana were traveling with sage Vishwamitra, in the morning, Vishwamitra, like a father or like a mother, called Sri Rama and asked him to do Sandhya Vandana. Kausalya Supraja Rama Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Narashardula. He calls Rama. And he make Rama remember Kartavyam Ahinigam. So he asked Rama to do Sandhya Vandana. And so we can understand, even before Vishwamitra, there was Gayatri Mantra. And the sage who discovered or to whom Gayatri Mantra is revealed, that also is a Vishwamitra. So by that name, so many sages were there, so many rishis were there. And one Vishwamitra is the rishi who discovered this Gayatri Mantra. So Vishwamitra is the rishi. And Chandas. What is the Chandas of Gayatri? Many a time we may wonder why this fellow is asking such a question, because Gayatri Mantra is revealed in Gayatri Chandas. So how come such a question? Which is the Chandas of Gayatri? Really, the Chandas of Gayatri is not Gayatri. Because there are only 23 syllables there, not 24. You count from Tat Savidur Varenyam to Prachodayat. There are only 23 syllables, 23 aksharas. So the Chandas of Gayatri is not Gayatri, it is Nichrud Gayatri. The Chandas of Gayatri is Nichrud Gayatri. Nichrud means having one syllable less. The meaning of Nichrud is having one syllable, one akshara less. Ekakshara vihina Nichrud uchyade. Ekakshara vihina Nichrud uchyade. Ekakshara vihina, that is devoid of one akshara, is called Nichrud. So the Chandas of Gayatri is Nichrud Gayatri. In the Chandogya Upanishad Bhashya, Bhagavan Bhashyakara Shankaracharya makes an exercise to explain the Chandas of Gayatri as Gayatri. How instead of Niyam, he says it is Niyam. So it will come 24. But it is not acceptable. Even though it is in the Bhashya, we cannot accept that. Because the whole world is chanting Niyam. Varenyam. How we can change it to Varenyam just to make it 24 syllables? So traditionally we are accepting the chandas as Nichurd Gayatri Chandaha, Vishwamitro Rishi, Nichurd Gayatri Chandaha, Paramatma Devata, or Savitru Narayano Devata, or Savita Devata. So many traditions are there. In the Upasana, there are so many traditions, and some are considering Devata of Gayatri as Paramatma, Paramatma Devata, Savita Devata, Savitru Narayano Devata. So many differences are there in different traditions. But regarding the Rishi and Chandas, there is no difference at all. All traditions are considering Vishwamitra as the Rishi and Nichurud Gayatri as the Chandas. So Nichurud Gayatri is the Chandas, having 23 Aksharas. And who is the Devata? To answer this question, we have to have a clear picture about the meaning of Devata. As far as a mantra is concerned, Devata of a mantra is that principle which is explained or which is praised by that particular mantra is the Devata of that mantra. When we speak about Devatas, there are so many meanings. The meaning of Devata will differ according to the context. But when we speak about some mantras, the meaning of Devata is the principle that is detailed or explained in that mantra. That is the Devata. Or the principle that is praised through that mantra. That is the Devata. So here Devata is Savita. Savita is the Devata. And when we go deeper into that discussion about the meaning of Savita, we will realize the ultimate meaning is Paramatma. And in the relative plane, the meaning of Savita is Surya, the sun. So there are so many meanings for Savita. We can discuss it when we think about this mantra. So considering Rishi, Chandas and Devata, we can enter into the mantra. So as we said earlier, it begins with Om, like many other mantras. I'm not saying all mantras because there are mantra without pranava. But 99% of mantras are beginning with Om, the pranava. Pranava is like the prana, which is giving life to each and every mantras. It is like the prana. So pranava is the prana of mantras. So some may ask, if it is the case, what about mantras having no pranava with it? Do they have no prana? Are they inert? No. Invariably, there will be some syllables, some bijas, which will be acting like a prana. For example, aim, like that. All other mantras will have pranava within. So pranava is the prana of mantras. Here also Gayatri begins with pranava. Om. What is Om? It is the essence of Vedas. As well explained in one of the Upanishads, Sarve Veda Yat Padamamanandi Tapamsi Sarvani Cha Yad Vadanti Yad Ichhando Brahmacharyam Charandi Tatte Padam Sangrahena Bravimi Om Ityetat. This is a mantra from Kathopanishad. Here, the Brahmavidya Acharya, Yamadeva, teaches Nachiketas. Sarve Vedaha Yat Padamamananti. All Vedas, Sarve Vedaha, all the Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sama and Atharva, with their parts like Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka and Upanishad, with all other Angas like Shiksha, what they are teaching, what they are explaining, Amanandi, explaining. Amanandi means explaining. So what is being explained by the whole Vedic literature? Tapamsi sarvani cha yadvadanti. So what is the goal of all tapas, all austerities? There are many, many types of tapas, sharirik, vachika, manasika. Many types of tapas are there. But what is the goal of all austerities? Aiming to attain which all tapas are being performed. So what is that which all Vedas are explaining? What is that aiming which all tapas are being performed? Yadi chando brahmacharyam charanti. Yadi chando brahmacharyam charanti. Yadi chandaha. Wishing to attain what? Sadhakas are observing celibacy. So what is the aim behind observing celibacy? What is the goal of all tapas, all austerities? What is the essence of all Vedas? Tat padam, that padam. Padam is aksharam, syllable. Padam is the abode, dhamma, the abode. Padam is the reality, So many meanings are there for the Shabda Padam. So that is that Padam. And that is Omkara. So Omkara Pranava is the essence of all the Vedas. It is the goal, ultimate goal we have in this life. For that, sadhakas are observing celibacy. For that, all sadhakas are undergoing many forms of austerities. That is Omkara. And Omkara is the name of Ishvara. That is the name of the nameless. Tasya vachakaha pranavaha. It is the name of Ishvara. It is a symbol we are using to symbolize the absolute existence, ultimate principle. That is Omkara. Om ididam sarvam. Verily, all these manifestations are nothing but Omkara. Om ityekaksharam brahma. The one akshara, Om, is the Brahman. Om iti Brahma. Omkara is Brahman. There are hundreds and hundreds of mantras saying Omkara is Paramatma, the ultimate principle. It is a symbol. And over and above a symbol, it is the ultimate reality itself. Really, all the Upanishads are explaining the inner meaning of Omkara. And when we try to understand the real inner meaning of Omkara, we will see it will comprise everything. Nothing is there which is not in the which will not come within the meaning of Omkara. The whole of manifestation, and that is above the manifested plane, both will come within the meaning of Omkara. That is the ambit. That is the greatness of Omkara. We can try to understand Omkara in two ways. The first way is take Omkara as a one akshara, one shabda. And the second way is to split Omkara to parts and try to understand the meaning of those parts. These are the two ways. The first way is samastam. Take the Omkara as the whole. And the second is vyastam. That is break Omkara into parts and try to understand the meaning of each and every part. These are the two ways. So when we take Omkara as the whole, as a whole, without breaking, it is easier way. then we have to remember the Shruti like Om iti Brahma, Omkara is Brahman, or Om iti Ekaksharam Brahma. So many mantras are there. It is Brahman, it is Paramatma, and it is a symbol symbolizing Paramatma. So that is the way we have to take Omkara as a whole. And when we split, Omkara will become A plus U plus Ma. Akara, Ukara, Makara. A plus U will become O. And M is joined with that O, then it will be Om. So there are three parts, A, U, and M. Just consider the meaning of these three. We are passing through three states of existence. Jagrat, the waking state, Swapna, the dream state, and Sushupti, the state of deep sleep. These are the three states through which we are passing. Even though there is no difference in my individuality, I am one without a second, still the individuality which is being manifested or is felt is different in different states. For example, when I am in the waking state, the activities of my senses, mind, intellect, and the way in which my ego functions, it differs from that of dream state. And it's entirely different from the state of deep sleep. So even though I am one, in all these three states, there are differences in the way of transaction. So even though I am one, there is no doubt in that. I am one. But still I have some differences in these three states. That is the way in which I am perceiving or I am cognizing. And my being is having distinct features in these states. So accordingly, Shastra, the Vedanta, attributes three different names to me. In the waking state, my name is Vishwa. In the dream state, my name is Taijasa. And in the deep sleep, my name is Prajna. So 3 states, 3 individualities. And what is the experience I am having in the waking state? It is gross experience. And in the dream state, it is in the subtle plane. So my experiences are in the subtle plane in the dream state. And in the deep sleep state, sushupti, the experience is neither gross nor subtle. It is in the causal plane. So that is about experiences. Sthula, Sukshma and Karana. In this waking state, I am identifying myself with my body, mind, intellect, senses and all. And of course, with the things outside, things in the world, I am identifying. And in the dream state, of course, such identifications are there, but they are in the subtle plane only. They are the projections of the mind. And in the Sushupti state, such projections are not there. So there are vast differences in the experience, the experienced world, and the individual who is experiencing all these things. There are differences. And by akara, that is the first syllable, Jagrat, that is the waking state, Vishwa, that is the individual or the individuality in the waking state, and the gross experience, all these are meant. And the gross body, all these are represented by the akshara A. And the dream state, Taijasa Purusha, Sukshma Sharira, and Sukshma Anubhava. All these are represented by the Varna U. And in the same way, the Prajna, the causal body, that is the Karana Sharira, and the causal state of experience, these are represented by Makara. This is an explanation we are getting from the study of Upanishads. If we go further, or if we are ready to go further, we can understand much more meaning for these A, U, and Ma. Like, see, Ishvara is one without a second. There are no two Ishvaras. But that Ishvara, when manifested to perform different activities like Srishti, Sthiti, and Samhara. That is creation, protection, and dissolution. The same Ishvara is manifested in three ways, making use of three gunas, and those forms have different names like Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra. So by Akara, Vishnu is meant, Ukara, Brahma, and Makara, Rudra. And of course, Sthiti, Srishti, and Samhara. Veda is one without a second, but still, according to the ways or styles in which Veda is explained, it is divided into mainly three categories. That is Rik, Yajus, and Sama. That is in the form of poem, in the form of prose, and in the form of music. These are the three forms, three categories. So by Akara, Rik is meant. Rik is the poem. And by Ukara, Yajus is meant. That is the prose. And by Makara, music is meant. That is Sama. So Rik, Yajus, and Sama. And Maya is one without a second, but it have three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. So A, U, Ma, they are representing these three gunas. We are experiencing this world. The experiencer is one, but the experienced is different. And the levels or the spheres of experience, we are dividing into three categories, like the world or the sphere of experience in which we are staying, that is this earth, this bhu, and that below and that above. So there are three worlds, three levels of experiences. The level of experience in which we are now, and the level of experience which is below this, and the level of experience which is above this. These are the three worlds. So by A, U, Ma, these three levels of experiences, that is three worlds, are meant. In this way, there are so many explanations acharyas are giving. So Akara and Ukara and Makara are meaning all these things. Then a question comes, is the whole manifestation is complete with this explanation? The definite answer is no. Why? Because over and above these manifestations, there is the very substratum, there is the very cause from which all these manifestations came out. Or there is the substratum on which all these manifestations are resting or sustaining. What is that? That is above all these universal phenomena. That is above Jagra, Swapana and Sushupti. That is above Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra. That is above three Vedas. That is above all these different principles. And what is that? That we cannot explain through words. That is above the realm of words and explanations. In the same way, the syllables A, U and M, when they are joined together, will make Om, and the pronunciation of this Omkara, it is not ending with the M, but there is a nada after that bindu. Bindu is M, and after that the nada comes. Om. So these three, A, U and M, are becoming one with that nada, or that nada is remaining after these three aksharas, these three syllables. It is like the whole manifestations are getting immersed, naturally getting immersed in the very base of all manifestations. So the A, U and Ma, they are going and immersing in the very base and are naturally vanishing. That is, they are becoming one with that. Now we cannot differentiate A, U and Ma. It has become one with the cause, one with the base. And from that, the next Omkara will manifest. That is again, Kala will form. And from that Kala, next A, U, Ma, again this Bindu and Nada, then again Kala. It will go like this. So, this is the way in which we have to try to understand the meaning of Omkara by breaking it into syllables. So this is the way of understanding Vyastam, the Western way, by dividing Omkara into A, U and Ma. So when we understand like this, when we try to understand like this, we will see the whole of Vedic teaching are there, comprised, compressed in this Omkara. The whole Veda is compressed into this Shabda, Omkara. So, mere utterance of Omkara is considered as most auspicious, as it is the name, as it is the symbol of Paramatma, Omiti Brahma. The simple utterance of Omkara is considered most auspicious. So with Omkara we are starting the mantra Om. The discussion of Omkara will never end. As deeper we are ready to go, that much inner meanings we will get. Still deeper planes are there. Still deeper planes are there. And we will dive deep up to that place or spot where all words will vanish. So the real meaning of Omkara is not these explanations. These are only superficial things. The real meaning of Omkara is silence. But to reach silence, we have to shout. So these explanations are only in the superficial plane. When we go deeper and deeper into Omkara, there is the way. What is the way to go deeper into Omkara? That is Pranava Upasana. That is not a subject of this Gayatri mantra, so we are not going to that part. But just a hint I am giving. Through Pranava Upasana, we can go deeper into Omkara, and then only we will realize it is not something connected with the manifest, but it is the real and manifest absolute existence. And to describe that, there is no word. So the real meaning of Omkara is silence. Maunam chaivasmi guhyara. That is the real nature of Omkara. However, with uttering Omkara, we are starting this Gayatri mantra. And after Omkara comes these Vyahrudis. And about Vyahrudis, we can discuss in our next sitting. So today, if there is something to be asked, without hesitation, you can ask. If I know, I will reply.
Today's first question is from Anjali ji. Please unmute, start video and ask.
Yeah. Namaste, Swami.
Namaste, namaste.
It says the world is a manifestation, is a projection of your mind. The world is a projection of your mind. Would you please explain that?
See the experience. We are living in this world, having different types of experiences. And actually our experience constitutes the world. There is no world out of the sphere of my experience. If I am not experiencing, there is no world for me. There is world for others. But for me, there is this world only when I have or I am experiencing. When I am not experiencing, no world is there for me. That is our experience. And what is experience after all? It is the projection of our mind. It is the projection of our mind. So, the world is a projection of our own mind. That is the experience we are getting from this world. That is the meaning of the world. Because based on that, all our action reaction cycle, all our cognitions and reciprocations, everything happens. Take the case of a man who is sitting at one place without doing any work. He's sitting there. He's happy with it. Or he is immersed in his own bliss. So the whole world is immaterial for him, irrelevant for him. So he is sitting. Then a piece of physical particle, say 2 kilograms of gold, it is laying in front of him. So he is sitting by the side of the road, and on the other side of the road there is a big piece of gold, 2 kilograms of gold, but there is no Swapna, nobody is there, no our chief minister, nobody. And on just adjacent to that, there is another stone having the same weight, 2 kilograms, and it is stone. It won't make any difference for him. For him, there's no difference. And for a common man who is valuing gold because of its transactional value, not absolute value. Gold do not have any absolute value. Because of its transactional value, for a common man, there is much difference. And he will consider the first man as a fool. What a fool he is. In front of him there are crores and crores of rupees, and he is not at all taking. What a fool he is. So all these are projections of mind. All these are projections of mind. So difference is in experiences, differences in our reciprocations, and in our cognition itself. All this depends on our mind. Sukha and dukkha. All dualities in life, Shita and Ushna. We are saying cold, hot, sorrow, happiness. All these dualities are only in the plane of experience, and these experiences our mind is giving. Pain and pleasure. Pain at a given situation will be pleasure for the same man in another situation. And the vice versa also are there. At one place, at one time, for one man, pleasure and pain will be entirely different. Just consider our own experiences. experiences we are having in our daily life. Then we will realize the whole world which I am experiencing is nothing but the projection of my own mind. So when it is not working, there is no dualities, and I am not at all concerned. This is the fact. This is the fact. Yes, think it over again and again. Namaste.
Thank you.
Next question is from Agarwal ji. Please unmute, start video and ask.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste.
Swamiji, I have a couple of questions related to today's topic. So please allow me to ask all of them together. Maybe they're all related. So regarding mantra, I was wanting to understand the significance of a number of syllables. There are syllables in mantras, so there are Panchakshari all the way up to now, 3 syllables here. So is there a significance of the number of syllables? Secondly, I mean, how do I select a mantra for myself? Is it purely based on my faith, or is there a logical process of selecting a mantra for my own dhyana? And thirdly, with so many mantras around, I have equal faith in multiple mantras. So how do I deepen myself? How do I commit myself to one instead of going from multiple mantras at different points of time? Is there a benefit to sticking to one? So could you kindly help elaborate on some of these?
See, this is a very practical question, and let us try to get answers. Your first question was about different aksharas or syllables in different mantras, like the Panchakshari or Ashtakshari or Navakshari. So many. See, there are mainly 3 types of mantras. The whole of Mantra Shastra, there are 3 types of mantras. One, it is Japartha. That is for the purpose of japa, chanting and contemplating. Second is Homartha, for homas. When we perform Agnihotra, such mantras, especially with Swaha and all. And the third is for deep contemplation and meditation. That is for thinking, discriminating. All the Upanishad mantras comes in this third category. They are not for chanting, they are not for homa, they are for deep contemplation and discrimination. So, Upanishadic mantras and mantras in the Samhitas in praise of different devatas, all they are for contemplation and discrimination. And the mantras used in Homa, they also are used for that only. Of course, there will be inner meanings for that mantras. And now we can focus on the first category, that is Japartha mantra. That is for the purpose of your question. we are taking Japartha mantra. Panjakshari, Navakshari, Ashtakshari, like that. Shodashi, Panjadashi. So many mantras are there. So in all these mantras, there are some parts like Pranava or some other Bijakshara. And there are mantra with the names of Devatas like Narayana, Shiva, Mahadevi, Skanda, Ganapati, so many Devatas. And these names of different Devatas will be either in the first Pradhama Vibhakti or the Chaturthi Vibhakti. For example, Namah Shivaya, Narayanaya, Mahadevyai. All these are in fourth Vibhakti. Whereas there are mantras in the first Vibhakti also. Just naming Devata. Just naming Devata. And along with such names, either in first or fourth case, there will be some Bijaksharas like Shreem, Hreem, Kleem, Klaum, so many Bijaksharas. From that Bija, the power of that specific mantra is getting manifested. Or to put in other words, the bija of a certain mantra is the very base, very subtle base from which the whole mantra emanates. So different types of bijas are there. And name of devatas are there. And in some mantras, there will be no name of devatas. Instead of that, different aksharas will be there. Different aksharas. And there are mantras where different bijaksharas will be coined together. Aim, Kleem, Sauhu, so many. There are different types of orders in which many mantras will be coined. So all these are parts or all these are subject matter of Mantra Shastra, which is existing here through our tradition. Not written in book, not published in books, but through tradition, Guru Shishya, Parampara. This Mantra Shastra is staying here. It is here for thousands and thousands of years, preserved, protected by our parampara. It is there. So, as far as a sadhaka is concerned, he have to utter the mantra or chant the mantra with utmost care, as taught by the Guru. He need not think about the meaning. Whereas the mantras of Upanishads, they are not for chanting, they are for thinking. You have to think about the meaning of the Upanishad mantras. But in the Mantra Shastra, a sadhaka is supposed to chant the mantra, utter the mantra repeatedly, as has been taught by the Guru. He need not go into the meaning of the mantra. What is the meaning of Aim or what is the meaning of Kleem? No. But of course, that will be revealed before him. If he is going deep into the upasana, mantra will be revealed. The inner meaning of the mantra will be revealed to him. There is no doubt in that. Then he will realize for himself the inner meaning of the mantra. But while chanting, he is not at all supposed to think about the meaning, because it is for the chanting purpose. So there are, of course, there are inner meanings in each and every aksharas of our mantra, but a sadhaka is not supposed to think about it in the initial stage, but he has to chant repeatedly as per the advice of the Guru. And the second question was, you have belief in or faith in different mantras. You are respecting all mantras. You are worshipping all devatas. That is good. We must have respect in all mantras. And of course, we can chant also. We can chant also. But if a particular mantra is given to us by our Guru through mantra diksha, that is initiation, then it is our duty to chant that mantra in the first place. After that, we can chant whichever mantra we want. There is no any restriction. There is no any restriction. And if our Guru has given any restriction, we have to obey that. Otherwise, there is no restriction at all. But we have to chant that mantra which has been given by our Guru in the beginning and in the way as he have explained. And another question was how we will select the mantra. See, if no mantra diksha has been given, then there are mantras which everybody can chant without initiation. Like those mantras which do not have bijakshara. Those mantra without remembering Rishi, Chandas and Devada we can chant. Such mantras anybody and everybody can do. But mantras having bijakshara, it is better to have initiation from a Guru. It is better. Or if you can chant without that, that mantra came to you, that is we people. By you I am meaning we people. By hearing from somebody, like mother, father or somebody. Consider him or her as the Guru and chant. There is no problem in that. Consider mother as the Guru. Consider father as the Guru. And we can chant. Even then, it is advisable to have initiation for such mantras having bijakshara and all. Because all these are coming through traditions. Many traditions are there, all are great. But there is nothing wrong in chanting mantra with real care and respect. We are that with that inner reverence. If we are chanting without getting initiation, there is nothing wrong in that. The mantra devada will lead us. But we must have that much faith, that much reverence and conviction. It will take us further. There is no doubt in that. This is a big topic, but I think this much is sufficient now.
Thank you, Swami.
Namaste.
And now only 2 minutes left. I don't think we will have time for another question.
Yes, now we can stop today.
Yeah. So let's stop with the Shanti Mantra. Please, Swamiji.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidushavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Namaskaram, Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste, namaste.